Hello everyone. Today we are setting up. Virtualization, means virtual lab. All right, means on this machine. So I'm using it VMware Workstation. All right. So this video is totally based on setting up the virtual lab. So in my future video, we can be able to install the Windows 2008 server, Windows 2012 server, and group policies and all. So instead of buying or purchasing new hardware, so we have this application, so we can install on your machine, on our machine, and we can perform further by installing different operating systems and servers. All right, so in my case I'm using in my case I'm using VMware Workstation. So this is my VMware Workstation, and we can be able to install the virtual machines. I have already installed this software. So to create the virtual lab, you require this application, VMware Workstation or VirtualBox. So there are the many applications available out there in on the internet. So you can install as per it's your choice which product you want to install. So I'm using it VMware Workstation. All right, so this application is available for Windows as well as for Linux. So I hope you install the VMware Workstation. For Window platform, you just have to run double click. You just have to run the application and just double click. Just double click on it, so it will install. An icon will be created on your desktop. It's the same icon. All right, so just open it. So we will going to install the Windows 2008 server. For that, you should have the ISO software first, ISO file first. All right, so I have already the ISO files for my VMware Workstation. So let's get started by clicking on this option, create a new virtual machine. As soon as you install this application, you will see this option. If you don't, then click on file and new virtual machine. The short key is Control-N. So this is a typical recommendation and custom advanced. All right, so let's select the typical. If you select custom, it will ask you many questions. So if you are new on VMware Workstation, so you should select this one, typical. Click next, and this is the operating system. So as I said, we should have ISO version. So let's pick my ISO version from this is the custom file. I have mounted my D drive here and software OS. So in Windows 2008 R2 server, let's pick this ISO file from here, from your path, wherever you have saved. Click next. If you have product key, install it or just leave it as it is. And this is the full name, password. All right, click next. So it says, hey, you don't have you have not entered Windows product key. So no problem, we are aware. Click yes. And this is a location where you want to install or save your virtual machine. So in my case, I want to save this file here in my mounted drive here. So create a one folder, VM lab 1. all right, and the name should be this thing. All right, no problem. Click on next, and this is the disk space, how much disk space you want to give, you want to assign for this. So 40 GB is well enough. It's good enough. So it's totally depend on your free space. If you have enough free space, you can give 10, 50, 100 GB, but 40 is good. And this is the store virtual disk as a single file or split. So just let it be as it is, split the file. Click next, and we are done. As soon as we click finish, the checkbox is already checked, automatically power on this machine after creation. Alright, so we don't want to click on finish, we just have to verify again what the configuration is that we have selected hard drive and RAM. So just click on customize hardware, and this is your RAM. So it's totally up to you how many RAM you have installed in your laptop. So in my case, my configuration is I have i7 processor and 16 GB RAM and 1 TB hard drive. As I said, the hard drive is totally up to you. If you have enough free space, you can give the 40 GB, but you have to make sure if you have 16 GB RAM, or most of the people normally means you can say if you have 6 GB RAM, let's remove this one, 6 GB RAM. So now let me put it down, this one. All right, so we have now enough space to work on it. All right, so in your case you have, for example, 6 GB RAM. All right, and you're installing Windows 2008 server, which require approximately, you can check the prerequisition for Windows 2008, how many RAM and processor and hard drive is required. It is easily available on the internet. So now let's say we are assigning 2 GB RAM for that virtual machine. So now if we assign 2 GB for virtual machine, virtual PC, let's say virtual PC. Okay, so here you will after that you will have total, sorry for spelling mistakes, so you will be having after that 4 GB. all right, because 2 GB it will going to take from your physical machine, which is 6 GB, but don't consider exactly 4. It's depend on the processing unit and all. So it will going to take 4. So whenever we create the virtual machine and we assign 2 GB RAM, the in configuration file it will going to store the 2 GB and it will not exit, all right, from 2 GB. So you have here totally 4 GB. If again you want to install like here you are installing Windows 2008 2K8, all right, and now you want to install virtual PC. Virtual PC means let's say Windows 7. all right, so Windows 7 is required, is enough 512 MB RAM. Okay, so here again you have to minus from 4 to it's 3.5 GB will be available for your PC. So if you if this concept is not clear, no problem. You have to make sure if you have 16 GB RAM, so bottom line you should have at least 2 to 3 GB available should be available for your physical machine, because you're running 2 to 3 virtual machines, okay, and you're having 6 GB. You already assigned 2 GB for your Windows 8 and 512 MB for your Windows 7. So totally you will be having 3.5. If you add one more machine here, let's say all right, just take Windows 7 or Windows 8, and if you assign 1 GB RAM here, so you have to minus from here. As I said, it will not going to minus exactly as per this configuration. It's depend on the performance and the processing unit, all right. So you have, so here you have 2.5 GB RAM available for your physical machine to run this virtual computers smoothly, all right. But here you will face little performance issue because you have 2.5. still it will gonna work. I hope this query is clear, this concept is clear. All right, so let's get started. This is a RAM we already discussed, 2 GB. In my case I have 16 GB, so I can assign this 3.5 All right, it will gonna work. Processor 1 is enough. CD-ROM I require because my ISO file is mapped already with this virtual CD-ROM. Network connection I require. Sound card I don't require, so just remove it, so it will improve your performance. Printer even I don't require. And this is the USB, and the best feature is you can select your compatibility version 2 and 3. So alright, just close it. So you already cross-checked the hardware is here, virtual hardware as you can say. Close it and go ahead, click on finish. It is loading up your Windows file, which will gonna take little time. Alright, so here is the version, operating system, editions, and also standard edition, enterprise. I'm going to select this enterprise. In my future video we will going to discuss about the enterprise edition and standard edition. Click next, and it will going to take again little time, so let me pause this video. Alright, so installation is done and system is restarting now. It is preparing your computer for first time use, so it will take little time again. Alright, here we got the desktop. The installation is done successfully, and I just wanted to show you one thing. Let me close this. Alright, so as soon as you finish with the installation part, okay, now if I want to move my mouse out of this square box, as you can see here, this is my virtual machine, and I want to take my mouse out from there to in my physical machine. See, I cannot do that. I cannot move my mouse out of this. Let me cancel this one first, so I can explain you in future time. So here it's very difficult to move. Your mouse is locked in your virtual machine. Alright, so you will also experience the same issue. This actually is not the issue. There are the different way to work on VMware Workstation. Alright, so whenever you want to come out from your virtual machine to your physical PC, so you can see on my screen, on my left bottom next to trash icon, something is written over there. To return to your computer, press Ctrl Alt. So you have to hold these two keys for 1 or 2 seconds. So I hold, let me do it again. Alright, you can read it again. To return to your computer, press Ctrl Hold. So you have to hold this 2 button for 2 seconds. Alright, it's done. Now I can move. Okay, and now whenever I want to move back to this machine, I just have to double click. Now mouse will work here. Alright, so let's come out from the physical by holding Ctrl Alt. Now we are out. If you move mouse over your virtual machine, see the mouse is stuck here, the virtual machine mouse. You cannot move because you have to, you can read here for short key. To direct input to this virtual machine, click inside or press Ctrl G for short key. You can press Ctrl G. I'm in. Now the mouse is moving. Alright, so this you will also feel if you don't want to hold keys and this thing. So we have another option. Just come out from this physical machine by holding Ctrl Alt, click on VMware and install VMware tool. So this command will send directly to virtual machine. It will address to your virtual machine. So open your virtual machine's my computer. You will see this drive is created, virtual drive, to install your virtual machines tool. So let's open it and install it. It's just a simple misinstallation. Let it be click typical. Next, install. It will take little time, it's just few seconds. So if you install this, want to interact with the virtual machine. So once you install, I'll show it will gonna work after installation. Alright, so let's finish it. System require restart. Of course it is require restart because I'm still locked here. So let's restart. It is restarting now. Alright, so system is restarted. Let's double click so we can be able to click here. And alright, so now we move our mouse. See, now it's happening. I can click here in my computer wherever I want to, and I can go back here in my this virtual machine as well. See, mouse is also moving. So that tool you can install after this one. Alright, so here we are done. Thanks for your time.